Understanding the 16 sections of a safety data sheet. Section 1, Identification, contains the product identifier or trade name, contact details of the manufacturer or importer responsible for supplying the chemical, and the telephone number to contact in case of an emergency. The information in this section should be consistent with the label. Section 2, Hazards Identification, gives details on the potential health and physical hazards of the chemical. This information can be used to help assess the risks to the health and safety of workers, other people, and the environment. The information in this section should be consistent with the information on the label. In some cases, there may be more information on the SDS than on the label. Section 3, Composition and Information on Ingredients. If the chemical is a mixture, this section should provide the information on the identity and proportions of hazardous ingredients in the mixture. Section 4, First Aid Measures, describes the necessary first aid measures to be taken in case of an accident. Section 5, Firefighting Measures, gives specific information on fighting a fire involving the chemical, including the most suitable extinguishing media and other protective measures. Section 6, Accidental Release Measures, describes what actions need to be taken if there is an accidental release or spill of the chemical to minimize adverse effects on people, property, and the environment. Section 7, Handling and Storage, contains details on how to handle and store the chemical safely to minimize the potential risks to people, property, and the environment. Section 8, Exposure Controls and Personal Protection, provides information on control measures that can be used to reduce exposure, for example, engineering controls, information on exposure standards and guidance on required personal protective equipment, PPE. Section 9, Physical and Chemical Properties, provides detailed information on the physical and chemical properties of the chemical, for example, appearance, odor, pH, flash point, melting boiling point, or any other relevant physical data. Section 10, Stability and Reactivity, contains details of any hazardous reactions that may occur if the chemical is used under certain conditions and details of any incompatible materials. Section 11, Toxicological Information, provides detailed information on the toxicological properties of the chemical. This section is used primarily by medical professionals, toxicologists, and WHS professionals. Section 12, Ecological Information, provides detailed information on the ecological hazard properties of the chemical. Section 13, Disposal Considerations, explains how the chemical should be disposed of correctly or recycled or reclaimed. Section 14, Transport Information, contains basic classification information like UN number and transport hazard classes and packing groups that relate to the transport of the chemical by road, rail, sea, or air. Section 15, Regulatory Information, provides advice on other international or national regulatory information specific to the chemical, such as the Montreal Protocol, ozone-depleting substances, the Stockholm Convention, persistent organic pollutants, poisons scheduling, or any other applicable Australian prohibition, notification, or licensing requirements. Section 16, Other Information, provides any other information relevant to the preparation of the SDS, including the date of its preparation, a key or legend to abbreviations, acronyms, and references used.